Welcome back, dear students. Today I will teach you the first poem in your MCB textbook, The Ant and the Cricket. This ant and the cricket was actually a fable. Okay, so a fable means it's a short story having animals as a character, and at last we'll be getting a moral. So fables are the moral stories having animals as characters, and there's a world famous fable writer, and he is Aesop. So here we can see this poem, The Ant and the Cricket, was actually Aesop's fable, and later on it was converted into a poem. That is why in your textbook you can see adapted from Aesop's fable, means it got the inspiration from, this poem got the inspiration from Aesop's fable. So now let me go to this poem in detail. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. So in the first line itself we can see a character, an animal character, that is a cricket. So what is the specialty of this cricket? Two adjectives are used here. A silly young cricket. So silly means a foolish young cricket, an idiotic young cricket. Accustomed to sing. Accustomed means known to sing, famous for singing. So what is his quality? He is known for his singing. Through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. So when he was singing in the warm sunny months of gay. Gay means brilliant, beautiful, vibrant summer and spring. So whole throughout the summer and spring, the warm sunny months of summer and spring, the silly young cricket was singing. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. So the whole months of summer and spring, this cricket was singing. And he started complaining when he found that at home his cupboard was empty. So he started complaining when he opened his cupboard, and what is the specialty that time? It was empty, and now the winter was come. So the summer and spring changed into winter. So once again I am repeating the first stanza's meaning. So there was a silly young cricket who is famous for singing, and he was singing in the warm sunny months of spring and summer. And he started complaining. He was worried when he opened the cupboard during the winter and his cupboard was empty. So now we know that this is the winter season. Okay. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. So what is the specialty of the ground during the winters? It will be snow-covered. And not a crumb to be found. Crumb means even a small piece of bread. That is called crumb. Okay. So even a small piece of bread was not found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see. Not a leaf on a tree. So he was unable to see even a flower or a leaf on a tree due to the winter. Okay. So the specialty is that when he opened the cupboard, his cupboard was empty and he was unable to see even a crumb. Crumb means a small piece of bread on his snow-covered ground, and he was unable to see a flower or a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? So now he is conscious, he is worried. What will happen to him? What will become, says the cricket, of me? What will happen to me? Who says? The cricket says. Here we can see a character change in the cricket. So in the first stanza we had seen the cricket was always happy, singing during the summer and spring. And during the winters he started worrying about himself. And here we can see that he is becoming bold, he is becoming courageous. In what way? At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant. So, due to the starvation and famine, starvation means hungerness, due to hunger, and famine means lack of food. These two qualities, starvation and famine, made him bold. Bold means courageous. Now the ant is courageous. All dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. So during winter, some days it will be rainy days as well. So now, due to this rain and due to this cold, he became bold along with starvation and famine. So all dripping with wet means during rainy season, he is not having any shelter. So now he is dripping with wet. The droplets of raindrops are just falling from his body. And all trembling with cold. Trembling means shivering. Due to cold, he is shivering. Away he set off to a miserly ant. So he started his journey to see an ant. And what is the specialty of that ant? One adjective is there. It is a miserly ant. Miserly means very stingy, who is not sharing anything, who is very greedy. He went to see a miserly ant. Miserly means greedy, stingy. He will not share anything with anyone. Okay, that is called a miserly person. So who is miserly here? Ant is the miserly ant. To see him, to keep him alive, he would grant. So why the cricket is going to see the ant? To keep him alive. Him means the cricket. To keep the cricket alive, he would grant. He means the ant. The ant should grant something. That we will see in the next stanza. What he wants from ant. So at last, by starvation and famine, now the ant is bold. Now the cricket is bold, and he was dripping with wet and shivering with cold. And he started his journey to see the miserly ant. Why? To ask him to grant something so that he will be alive. Here we have seen the cricket has gone to see the ant to ask him something to grant. And here in this stanza we can see what are the things that he wants the ant to grant him. Okay. So he wants the ant to grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, and he would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So what the cricket wants the ant to grant him? Grant him shelter from rain. So first need is shelter to rescue him from rain, and a mouthful of grain, and he has to give him something to eat. So two things, shelter and food, to be granted by the ant to cricket. And he wished only to borrow, he will repay it tomorrow. So this is not a permanent solution. He's just borrowing the things from the ant, and he would repay it tomorrow. He will give it back on tomorrow. And if not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So if the ant is not giving him food and shelter, what will happen? The cricket will die of starvation and sorrow. Sorrow means due to his pain in his mind, because this cricket is such an emotional fellow. Okay, emotional fellow. That is why he sang all throughout the summer and spring. And if he is not getting anything to eat and not getting a proper place to have a shelter, what will happen? He will die of starvation and sorrow. So two things are needed from the ant, that is shelter and food. That is a shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain, and he will be repaying it because it is just a deed of borrowing. And if he is not letting him do, means if the ant is not letting him both the things, he will die of starvation. Starvation means hungerness and sorrow. So in the last stanza, I have told you the cricket was on the way to meet the ant. And here in this stanza, we can see they are meeting. Says the ant to cricket, I'm your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. So here we can see the ant is saying one dialogue to cricket, that I'm your servant and friend. I'm your good friend and I'm your servant. But there is one policy for us. We have one policy, that is, we ants never borrow and we never lend the things. That is a policy of ants. Who says? The miserly ant says that we ants never borrow and we ants never lend. And again the ant is saying something to cricket. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Caught the cricket, not I. So again the ant is asking to cricket, tell me, dear, one thing, just one thing. Haven't you laid anything when the weather was warm? Haven't you saved anything? Haven't you saved any food items when the weather was warm? Because during the winters it is so tough for the animals or the insects to find out food for them. So they used to save the food during the summer season. But here the cricket says, not I. Caught the cricket. Caught means said. It is an old English word. It means said. Said the cricket, not I. Sorry, I haven't saved anything. Who says? The cricket says. In this stanza, the cricket is saying the reason why he hasn't saved anything during the summers. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You say, sir, you sang, sir, you say? So the cricket says that my heart was so light, I was so happy, I was feeling so relaxed, okay, that I sang day and night. Seeing the beauty of the nature during the summer and spring, I was so delighted. My heart was so light, I was feeling relaxed. That is why I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay. As the nature was looking gay, gay means brilliant, beautiful, majestic. During the summer and spring, the nature was looking majestic, and seeing the beauty, my heart was so light. I was feeling so relaxed, and that is why I sang day and night. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. So here comes the actual reply of the ant. The ant says that, oh, if you have done like this, you can do one thing now. You can dance the winter away. During this winter season, you can dance. During summer and spring, you sang. So it is better to dance in the winters. This is the apt answer given by the ant to the cricket. Comes the climax of this poem. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Fox called this a fable. I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Thus ending, so at conclusion, he hastily lifted the wicket. Hastily means fastly, hurriedly. Lifted the wicket. Wicket means the small door. And out of the door turned the poor little cricket. So in this stanza we can see that the ant is so angry on the cricket. So what he has done, he just opened the door for the little ant. Okay, so if indirectly he is saying just move out of my home. And out of the door turned the poor little cricket. So now the poor little cricket is out of the door. And Fox called this a fable. Fox means the common people. The people call this a fable. Fable means a short moral story having the animals as characters. And I'll warrant it true. Yeah, I too agree that it is true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. And here there is a comparison between the crickets and the human beings. Some cricket have four legs. Some cricket have four legs means the normal crickets, the animal, the creature, cricket have four legs, and some have two. Two-legged animal is a human being. Okay, so there are some human beings same like the cricket who are lazy and careless all throughout their life, and they will be standing in front of others begging for their well-being. So there the poet compares the cricket to human beings. That is, there are some two-legged cricket, that is the two-legged human beings who are just like the cricket. So I hope you understood the summary of this poem, the explanation of the poem, and in the next class I will be explaining the poetic devices used in this poem. Hope you enjoyed this video and read the lesson properly. Thank you.